After exams, I know as students we can feel lazy and we're just so exhausted and honestly like overwhelmed. So when it comes time to finally submit that last exam, what happens after is kind of unclear. Like maybe you're going to scroll TikTok for hours, or maybe you're just going to lay around and watch Netflix in bed, or you're going to go drinking with friends. All of them are normal, but what happens when we want to take back our lives and feel like we have a normal and regular routine? That's why today I'm going to share with you my post-exam reset routine, the routine that makes me feel like I finally can breathe again and live a kind of healthy, normal life without having the 6 hours of just laze and rotting. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lana and I am going to be your go-to study YouTuber for anything study and study abroad related. I'm always sharing cute little advices, vlogs, and everything here on this channel, so make sure you want to stick around. How are we going to make ourselves feel refreshed, recover, and get rid of that brain overload of information? First thing we're going to do is dedicate a full day to just this reset. We want to dedicate just 24 full hours of getting that relaxed, that planning, that fresh vibe in. So this doesn't have to be necessarily the day after you finish that exam. I know for me, I love to watch Netflix for like a whole day after I finish all of my exams, and totally feel like you can do that too, whether it's TikTok, video games, like just brain rot for a little while, because you deserve it and you did well and I'm proud of you. So when I suggest doing this is about like within 3 days of finishing your last exams. I always kind of get on it on the second and third day, and then it gives that revamp that you need. The second step is cleaning. Now, this is obvious, and I'm sure you've heard in other reset videos like, oh, you should clean your house, but really you should. It is such a good way to kind of start with a fresh mind. Like a fresh house, a clean house is a fresh mind. After exams, I tend to do like a really deep clean of my house, just so I can get out all that ick, nick, and gross stuff. Decluttering also is an essential part of this. Now, decluttering will also mean that you're going to clean out everything on your phone and your laptop that you no longer need. If you feel like you're going to need that 2,000-page textbook that you never even picked up for that one class downloaded on your laptop, it's not worth it. So if you find any files or any photos, like those photos of exam notes that you use, like if you have any of those, it's time to get rid of them. Just delete it. If you have more suggestions down below, feel free to comment of what you do for your resets. What are your post-exams musts? One thing I do as well is make pancakes. I always love to make pancakes after exams. So things like that make you happy, that make you feel refreshed and revamped after exams, I want to hear it down below. My reset routine tends to have a lot of focus on goal setting and understanding what happens from here out. I think this is always a really good way to go, and it is just super helpful to stop thinking about how all your exams just went and, oh, did I fail this? Did I do well on that? But forget about all of it and think, okay, going forward, what is next? What is coming up and what do I get to look forward to? To do that, I will explain to you the next few steps, and the first one is monthly reset journal prompts. I actually have some of these on my Instagram. These are journal prompts that I do pretty much every single month, and why they are so helpful is it allows me to reflect back on the previous month. What did I do well? What were my highlights? What are things that I wish I could have improved on? What are things I am proud of? All of these prompts are involved, but then also I get to look forward into seeing what are the new goals that I want to focus on and what are the things that I'm interested in looking forward. So when you're going to set these goals, which is our next step, obviously we're gonna set goals. What channel do you think I am, guys? I set goals like 20 times a day, okay? But setting goals. Now, this is going to allow us to have a clearer vision and letting go of the past. Okay, your exams already happened, those classes are done. What can we look forward to? So those goals can be in a bunch of different areas in life. Maybe you're sick and tired of the academic area, which is totally normal. So that's why I'm going to leave you some suggestions here. which can include financial, friendships, relationship building. It could also be health and wellness. These are all different areas that you've probably neglected during exams. So let's take a refocus and see how in the next month or in the next coming weeks, you can refocus and maybe set goals that align with these different areas of life. For me, I always tend to neglect like the same things during an exam season, which is creativity and YouTube. I love to focus on my YouTube when I actually have the time to, but exams come along and I never feel prepared enough, and then I start watching this old video and I think it's not good enough and it needs to be retweaked, but I don't have time to retweak, so I just kind of neglect my YouTube responsibilities for the time that I'm studying. So I know for sure that this month I'm writing down refocusing on my YouTube channel, refocusing on posting on Instagram and things like that. If you are anything like me, exam season is the time for quick meals, ordering food, having just anything you can snack on. This is just exam life. This is just uni life, and you don't need to judge yourself for what you did or didn't eat during exam season, but now you can look forward and actually kind of prioritize it. And during this reset day, I recenter and refocus on making sure to put time in my calendar to exercise. Maybe you want to do a bit of meal planning, maybe you want to research on Pinterest all of the different food and food recipes you can find, something healthy, something new, and something that's going to make you really feel that freshness. The next thing that is super crucial is to take time for self-care. Whether it's the beginning of the day or the end of this day on this post-exam reset, you're going to absolutely want to do some self-care, which I mean going to get a face mask, doing a bath, a long shower. These are all things that are going to absolutely make you feel better and more confident, because hygienic care is confidence. The more you take care of yourself and your hygiene, the more you are going to be confident, the more you're going to be ready to step in and take care of your goals. And sometimes you just need to pamper yourself, and you need to pamper yourself because of how good you did during exams and how stressful it was, how good of a season you got through. So these things and the self-care aspect of it is essential. Now, the final thing is connecting back to the intro, which I said maybe you go out drinking with friends. I have a lot of people I know who love to do this, who love to go out drinking with friends afterwards, and this is a great point to try to reconnect with fun. Maybe your fun is not drinking. I know it isn't for me, but what can help so much is just reconnecting with passions and things that are getting you excited. So whether that's you going to sketch and paint, maybe that's what's going to make you excited. You could also then maybe go to cafes and hang out with friends and do board game night, whatever it may be. Find a way to connect back with doing something fun so you don't feel like you're in that continuous post-exam slump. It is always okay to feel overwhelmed, lost, or don't really know what day it is after exams. It happens to the best of us. But you don't need to let it take over your life, and you don't need to be stuck in a perpetual cycle of thinking about how the exams went. You can decide to refresh and revamp your life at any time. That's why I'm so glad you guys clicked on this video. I hope you were able to get at least a little bit of something out of it, and you're excited for what is to come, and I'm excited for you guys as well. And with that, I will let you go for next week. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you later, bunnies. Bye bye.